Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tyler, and today I am bringing you guys another One Piece power scaling related video, and this video is talking about specifically how powerful Luffy is in the post-Timeskip era. Now specifically I'm going to be covering up to Whole Cake since Wano isn't complete yet, and apparently he gets an even bigger increase out of all the increases he's received amongst the series. And if that's the case, I think we need to just talk about that Luffy separately in its own video, since that Luffy is just literally not even in the same tier as the other ones. However, I will be covering from the beginning of post-Timeskip to all the way up to Whole Cake. And if you want more of these type of videos, let me know down in the comments section, and I'm just gonna shut up and keep the intro short. Hope you guys enjoy. First thing we gotta get out of the way is how strong Haki makes a user. Everyone is kinda using this meta now, so I figured I show it to the ones who are unaware. You see, we know that the people in Amazon Lily can shoot out Haki infused arrows, which are strong enough to even harm base Luffy and break through stone, in comparison to normal arrows, which obviously can't even break wood or something like that. We'll only use the stone feat specifically just to show how much of a lowball this is, since these arrows are actually scaling to base Luffy. But basically what we do is divide the amount of jewels a wall level character can produce to the set amount of jewels a peak human can perform. And mind you, this is a lowball because again, these arrows can harm base Luffy, who at this point is like city level. And the people at Amazon Lily naturally are like, what, athlete level, maybe superhuman? We don't really know. But what we do know is that with the Haki they can break stone, and without it they can't. And doing the quick maths, the multiplier for Haki with downplay involved, mind you, is a 375 times multiplier. Bare minimum Luffy, who in my previous scale is around city level, would go from that to now well into the mountain tier of power. And obviously Luffy can amp himself on top of this with the gears, which is a 5 times multiplier. And this is just Fishman Island Luffy, mind you. Now Luffy for the next 2 arcs isn't really pushed to his limit since he has gear 4 under wraps. And at least in my opinion, Luffy isn't really pressed to his limit until Dressrosa, where he's forced to combat Doflamingo, where he just completely stomps out Gear 2 and Gear 3 Luffy and other fighters who were helping Luffy, such as Law. However, this is when Luffy is pushed to his limit, and he would then go into Bounce Man, aka Gear 4, which would make him several times stronger, stated by Luffy himself, making it bare minimum a 3 times multiplier on top of Gear 2. Now, there have been calculations done for Luffy damn near destroying all of Dressrosa, which was calced at Small Country, which is pretty decent for Luffy. However, this isn't even close to Luffy's limit. You see, in the next arc, Whole Cake, he fights a dude named Katakuri who forces Luffy to adapt and grow exponentially more powerful. You see, before this fight, Gear 4 wasn't even able to take on one of the top tier guards of Big Mom who aren't even on Katakuri's level, that being Cracker. He had to come up with some specific little hard counter for him, but during his fight with Katakuri, it was explained by Rayleigh that when a Haki user fights a way stronger Haki user, the weaker one could grow in battle. And we see this with Luffy when Katakuri believes that Luffy is no longer inferior to him, in comparison to when Katakuri was dunking on him when he was in Gear 4. But Luffy goes from that to doing better than what he did in Gear 4 in base, and he would proceed to tap into a transformation that's even stronger than Gear 4, though there is no specific set multiplier. We do know bare minimum Snake Man is obviously going to be a 15 times multiplier on top of Luffy's base form. Now if we take into account Luffy in base becoming superior than what he was in Dressrosa, or even earlier in Whole Cake, this would make base Luffy in this Small Country level tier, and he can amp himself 5 times with Gear 2, and then he can times that by 3 with Gear 4, and get even stronger with Snake Man, and Luffy overall would become 15 times stronger than what he was at Dressrosa, making Luffy's AP well into the country level range. Now for speed, it's going to be a little similar to that of the strength category, where I'm going to be taking the gear multipliers and the Haki multiplier into account. You see, in my previous scale of Luffy, or the pre-Timeskip scale, which you definitely should go check out, I only had Luffy at roughly relativistic speeds. However, after doing some research after this video, I came to the conclusion that there are many light speed feats in pre-Timeskip that can definitely be applied, but if you don't want to apply that, bare minimum, in the first fight in post-Timeskip, Luffy just blitzes light at 2 times the speed of light. And if we apply the gear multipliers, which mainly boosts Luffy's speed, hence why Luffy's attacks hit harder, this would make Luffy at Fishman Island in Gear 2 10 times the speed of light, and obviously by Dressrosa, he would be 30 times the speed of light. And if we apply the whole cake scaling for base Luffy above Dressrosa Luffy, this would make base Luffy at 30 times the speed of light. He can multiply his power by 5 times, making Gear 2 150 times the speed of light, and Gear 4 450 times the speed of light. So bare minimum, by whole cake at full power, Luffy is well into the massively faster than light tier. And if you want to get even wackier with the scaling, we know that in pre-time skip, Luffy and Zoro can dodge the Pacifista lasers, and Zoro specifically, who Luffy is relative to in speed in this arc, can dodge these lasers at 18 times the speed of light. If we apply the Haki multiplier, which does apply in speed, this would make Luffy by Fishman Island in base over 6,000 times the speed of light. Now, I'm not going to definitively put him in this tier for the sake of the video because I already know I'm going to get jumped. However, it is definitely scaling that's lowballed, so you definitely can use this and apply it to Luffy, in my opinion. And if you disagree with Lightspeed One Piece, Discord and bio. Obviously, Luffy ate the gum gum fruit and is made of rubber, but I already went over that in the previous scale, plus this is mainly covering what Luffy per se learned during the time skip, not Luffy's abilities plus what he learned in the time skip, because I already covered Luffy's previous abilities. I'm just covering the stuff that he learned during the time skip, that being Haki, Gear 4, and Snake Man. Now Haki, to put it simply because it's a little complex and deserves its own video, honestly, just explaining about it, gives Luffy the ability to not only foresee into the future, have what's basically fear hacks and knock out any opponents inferior to him, or just have strong will, and can harden his skin and overall increase his strength and durability. Now Luffy during the time skip obtains 2 transformations, the first one being Gear 4, which allows Luffy to not only fly, which is surprisingly convenient, he's just overall a bigger powerhouse that lasts for a little while before rendering Luffy incapable of using Haki for 10 minutes. But that's okay because who needs Gear 4 when you have Snake Man? Which probably has just as bad of recoil as Gear 4, but allows Luffy to become not only stronger, but way faster and unpredictable, and overall just way saucier. I mean, look at him. That's because his hand moves like a python, just moving around until it strikes the opponent, and every time one dodges the attack moves even faster than before. The unpredictability of the attacks is even able to overcome the likes of Katakuri, who can literally see into the future. In conclusion, in terms of attack potency / durability, Luffy is well into the country levels of power. In terms of speed, he's well into light speed to MFTL, and has some pretty cool abilities. Finally, my fucking god, all he could do is fucking stretch and barely use Haki. Fucking sucks, but now he's actually kind of cool. And don't worry, the last video covering Luffy will be when Wano's over. And until then, I'll see you all in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.